Matikela, welcome to my YouTube channel. So I want us to talk about Judge Rata Mokgwatleng because what? Suspi. Okay. So in long murder trials, judges often reach private internal assessment of the case long before the final verdict. Legal analysts watching the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial believe that moment may be unfolding right now during the very specific phase of evidence. Okay, that's what they believe. However, here's the exact point in the trial where analysts think the judge may already be forming a view and why. Okay, let's get into that. The moment judges quietly decide a case. Okay, what legal analysts believe may be happening right now. Let's get into that. Point number one, when the judge sees whether the state can link evidence into one chain. At the current stage of the trial, the prosecution is presenting records, timelines, witness testimony, and confession-related evidence to build a coherent narrative, right? We agree with that. But the key judicial question is not whether evidence exists. It is whether the evidence forms complete chain of proof. Now, this is where we are going to use Judge Rata's behaviors and what is happening in court. But we might not be right because Guma Dribula Mosu Judge Rata, you guys know this, he was a soccer player. So he could be dribbling us, he could not be dribbling us, he could be showing us exactly what he thinks of the defense case, or he's in our view, he's showing us what he thinks of the defense case. That's our view. But we could be wrong. We never know. Mr. Mokgwatleng is Mr. Madribula. Okay? He could be dribbling us there. Anyway, a criminal conviction requires proof beyond reasonable doubt, meaning every link must hold. If the chain breaks at any point, then the court cannot convict the people when it comes to that, right? Judges often reach an internal view when they realize one or two things. Scenario A, strong case, every piece of evidence reinforces the same story. B, weak case, each piece of evidence exists, but they do not connect logically. Many analysts believe the judge is currently testing that chain. Let me put this here. Okay, the specific trigger moment. The moment that often changes everything in criminal trials. The moment typically happens during cross-examination of key evidence when three things become clear to the judge. One, whether confessions survive scrutiny. The prosecution can rely, the prosecution's case relies heavily on alleged confession statements linked to accused Bongani Ndanzi. Okay? But the defense claims the confessions were coerced or improperly obtained. So if the judge internally concludes that the confessions are unreliable or they cannot be safely relied upon, then the entire structure of the prosecution case weakens dramatically. That's point number one. Before we move to point number two, now we had Judge Rata who did a ruling to accept them in so that he can hear what's inside those confessions. That was him, right? What does that mean? He thought at the time, my view is that I'm not quite convinced. I think it is safe. In fact, I think it was safe for Judge Rata to put those confessions today. As much as I believe he should not have put them in. I believed that. Ne? But when I look at where we are now, I think that was a wise move. Hear me out. It was a wise move because we would have never known what's inside those confessions, which is even worse than him allowing them inside so that they can be heard. I hope I'm making sense. Okay? So I'm saying now, actually, Judge Rota did well by putting these confessions in so that we can hear what is inside of them. But where he would be wrong for me is to accept them fully. He did not accept them fully. He just wanted to hear, so he can still take them out and say, I'm making my decision without the confessions. This is what is happening. Do you understand? Point number 2, whether independent evidence supports the confessions. Well, courts are very cautious about convictions based mainly on confessions. Judges ask, is there objective evidence confirming the confession? Dololo ke sana kule case kasenzo. Dololo ayikho nenye into confirmayo. Do phone records, witnesses, or timelines independently support it? Dololo ayikho. Ayikho into eyisapotayo yonke loo nto leyo. In the trial, the defense has argued that some accused are not placed at the crime scene by witnesses, which raises doubt about their alleged involvement. I choose number 4. I choose number 5. I choose number 1. No one places these 3 people there. The people that were inside the house, they spoke about only 2 people, nothing else. Okay? So if the judge internally sees that corroboration is weak, a mental conclusion can start forming. Okay? Point number 3, whether witnesses withstand cross-examination. This is often the true decision moments. Judges watch consistency, memory, contradictions, reactions under pressure. We have seen Ubongani. Okay, we have seen Moses Sibiya. He did well. Oh, he was great. It's like they were training him. Keep your cool. Even when he was losing his cool, it was never dramatic. He would get emotional because of memories of what was happening, the trauma that he went through. But he did not lose himself. There was no dramatic don't. It was an understandable emotion that you would get from Moses. But he did not even break for Ubaloyi. He gave up on him, which is exactly the same thing that is happening with Bongani Ntanzi currently. Do you understand? This is exactly the same thing that is happening currently with Bongani Ntanzi. He's on point. He's dealing with Ubaloyi. Ubaloyi is the one that is sweating there. If key witnesses survive cross-examination without major contradictions, we don't have major contradictions here. We absolutely do not have. The judge may internally lean toward conviction. If we don't have, when it comes to the accused guys, but major contradictions are there with the state witnesses, all of them. We have major contradictions when it comes to state witnesses, all of them. I don't care who says what. Okay. If the witnesses start contradicting themselves, the opposite happens. Now, the witnesses of the state contradicted themselves a lot. Why do you think that some of the analysts think the judge may already have a view? Let's talk about that also. Several signals in the trial suggest the judge is already evaluating the strength of the state case. Signal yokuqala, early rulings on critical evidence. Presiding Judge Rata Mokgoatlheng has already made rulings about how confession evidence can be used in court and the constitutional rights of the accused. These rulings often reveal how carefully the judge is weighing fairness and evidentiary reliability. Do you remember the recording ruling? Yes. Signal 2, refusal to discharge the accused. Let's look at that. The one accused applied to be released due to insufficient evidence. The judge ruled there was prima facie evidence requiring an answer, meaning the defense must still respond to the state case. That shows the judge believes there is at least some case to answer, but it does not mean he believes the accused are guilty. Now, when it comes to that, I knew I needed to touch on all of this. Now, when it comes to that, he came back and said he misdirected himself with that ruling. Hey, he came back and said he misdirected himself with that ruling, meaning that he made a wrong ruling. Signal 3, the judge has now heard the core pillars of the case. By this stage, the judge has already seen police investigation evidence, confession dispute, cell phone and timeline evidence, witness testimony. Once these pillars are on record, judge often quietly assess whether the prosecution's theory actually works. The question is it working or is it not working? Now let's deal with the real psychological moment in trial. Experienced legal analysts say the internal decision usually happens when a judge realizes even if everything the state says is true, can this still prove beyond reasonable doubt? If the answer is no, the case is effectively lost, even if the trial continues for years. If the answer is yes, the rest of the trial simply confirms the judge's view. Okay? Why this moment really happens at judgment? By the time a judge writes the final judgment, the mental conclusion was often formed much earlier. The remaining months or years of the trial are mostly about confirming impressions, testing credibility, ensuring procedural fairness. So in simple terms, the moment analysts believe may be happening right now is this. The judge is quietly deciding whether the state evidence forms a complete, believable chain or whether the gaps create reasonable doubts. That internal assessment often happens during the cross-examination phase of the key evidence, not at the end of the trial. So right now, has Judge Ratta already decided the Senzo Meyiwa trial? Because right now, he acts as if he has decided the guys are guilty. But Judge Ratta is a soccer player. He could be dribbling someone somewhere here. We don't know. And also, right now, where we are, Judge Ratta keeps getting shocked by what Balwe is doing. We will see. Time will tell. What are your thoughts? Let's talk comment section. I want to hear your views. Thank you so much. I'll see you on our next video. Bye-bye.